Hey, Marshall students, how you doing this week? Hope you're doing well. Hope you've been staying active like me and having a good week. Last week, we talked extensively about the FitnessGram challenge. We talked about abdominal curl-ups, a few of the components of the FitnessGram challenge. We talked about upper body strength with the push-ups. We talked about abdominal strength and endurance with our abdominal curl-ups. We talked about a couple of our stretching components, our flexibility components, the shoulder stretch, and the trunk lift. Now, what I want to do this week is I'd like to add to what I did last week. Last week, we talked all about it. I explained what the FitnessGram challenge was. I explained why they have it, healthy fitness zones. I described the goal of the FitnessGram challenge was for every participant to strive for their healthy fitness zone. We talked about healthy fitness zones and the charts for those also. This week, I should say, what I wanted to work with you on is some things that you can do to practice for that FitnessGram challenge. And these things are also things that you can do and practice just to keep yourself healthy and fit, okay? What the main thing I really wanted to concentrate on these activities was our core strength. And our core strength comes from our trunk, our main part of our body, and the strength that you have in your main part of your body is called core, your core strength. Now, anytime you're working on your core strength, you're going to be able to do some of the items in the FitnessGram challenge better. You'll be able to do better push-ups. You'll be able to do, or should I say more, abdominal curl-ups, those sorts of things. So all of these activities are geared towards your core strength, and some of them are activities on your own. And then there are several activities that you can do with a partner, brother or sister, mom or dad, auntie, uncle, whoever might be there with you. A lot of you I know have siblings that go to our school too. You two can work on, or you 3 or 4 can work on it together, okay? Because this is for everybody, kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Basically, the activities that we're doing are working again on your core strength. So I'll start with a couple of the basics. I'm gearing these towards our abdominal curl-ups and our push-ups, core strength. So actually doing push-ups and doing abdominal curl-ups are two of the best activities that you can do to practice for that. I've often talked about push-ups, and when you're practicing your push-ups, you can modify those push-ups any way you want. And it's the same thing for abdominal curl-ups. You can modify those too. As far as push-ups, you can modify them to make them easier. You can modify them to make them more difficult. And hopefully over time, you're changing those modifications to make them more difficult so that you get better at them. So today, I'm going to demonstrate a few of these items. The first thing I'm going to demonstrate right here is our abdominal curl-up. I'll show you the proper form. Remember, your knees are bent, you're laying straight on your back, and your fingertips are at that 4-inch wide pad. And when you go up about halfway to your knees, okay? About a 45-degree angle, about a 45-degree angle. So the more of these you do, the better it is. If you want to modify it and have somebody hold your feet, that's fine. If you want to put your hands up here like this and use your upper body strength to help pull you up at the beginning, that's appropriate too. So you can modify that any way you want. Same thing with the push-ups. You know our proper form of the push-up goes down to here and up and down and up. If you want to modify those, and go on your knees. If you want to modify those by putting your hands together like this and making a diamond push-up, that makes them more difficult. If you want to put your hands way out here, that makes them more difficult. I've often said, and I know many of my students do this, you get a chair. If you want to modify them to make them easier, you can do that. Same thing with a wall. If I'm on the wall, I don't have a wall here, but it looks like I do. And you do those push-ups up against the wall, okay? And if you want to lean yourself way out here like this, that makes them a little bit more difficult. So those are a few different ways, modifications that you can practice your push-ups and your abdominal curl-ups. And next I am going to show you another challenge. And in this challenge, I know I've told you this before, we practice this in some of our PE classes, and it is the plank challenge. And this is a really good way to build up your core strength. And it is simply to get in your push-up position, except be on your elbows and hold that as long as you can. Now, if you would like to time, here's what I do. I time how long I can do it. I did it for just under a minute the first time. Then each time I do it after that, I try to hold it longer and longer. Okay, so the longer you hold that, the stronger your core gets. Right. All right. Another challenge that you can do for your core strength is the 5-paper agility circuit. And what you can do with that is instead of running through it or walking through it or marching through it, what we're going to do is we are going to be on our hands and our feet, and we're going to be going through that in different ways. We can go straight through. We can go diagonally through. Going through each of those. Okay, we can go two-handed hop, jump. It would be a jump, two-handed jump. Okay, we can go with the one-handed hop, back and forth, go the other way. Okay, different patterns with your hands. All of those patterns are working on our core strength. And that was our handheld agility. For a couple of our activities today, you're gonna need some sort of a ball. I know a lot of you have like a soccer ball at home. I have this tennis ball that I believe I'm gonna be using today. If you don't have any ball like that, if you have some foil, I got some foil, made a foil ball, that'll work. A sock ball. Who doesn't love sock balls? Come on. Okay, so we're gonna get one of those. Then what we're gonna do is I am going to be playing a couple of games with myself in the push-up position, okay? Here's one. I can hit the ball back and forth to myself, okay? I can let it bounce once to my other hand, bounce it to that hand, back and forth, let it bounce twice. There's a couple of bounces. Let it bounce 3 times, 4 times. Okay, as many times as you want. Another activity, you can use a wall. Make sure you ask your parents if it's okay if you use the wall with the ball you're using. I asked my parents, they said it was okay. So here's a wall. I get in my push-up position. I can bounce the ball back and forth to myself, different hands, and just basically I can play wall ball. Okay, you can do that solo or you can do that with a partner. It's one of my favorites. Okay, now I'm gonna show you some activities that you're gonna need a partner for. Now you can use any partner you want. You can use your brother, your sister, your mom, dad, auntie, uncle, anybody that you want to. You can ask them to be your partner. I've asked my son, Shane Neiner, to be my partner. And the first game that I want to show you is the game that I just played solo, that you can play solo or with a partner, and that's with the ball on the wall. Here we go. Shane, you get in your push-up position, and we just play a game that I'll hit it to him and he hits it to me. All right. All right. So you can play that game on your own or with your partner. All right, that was a fun one. Now, here's a couple more activities that you can do. You're gonna need some sort of ball. If you don't have one, you pretend you have one. Remember the foil ball, the sock ball. We're gonna use a tennis ball for this one. And what we're gonna do is we are going to stand back to back. Get over there. Stand back to back. Our feet are gonna stay on the ground. Okay, you can't move your feet. And we are gonna twist and use both hands to hold the ball. Twist that direction. And I hand it to him, he hands it to me. And this is working your core strength. Now let's go the opposite direction. He hands the ball to me this way. All right, we do that a few times. You have to use 2 hands, okay? 2 hands and your feet don't move. Good job, Shane. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an over-under, and we're gonna scoot apart just a little bit. And here's what's gonna happen. I am going to reach through my legs, and he's going to reach through his legs and take the ball, and then we're going to go up and over. He's going to hand it to me, and we're going to do that a few times. Good. Using 2 hands, make sure you, oh no, we dropped it. We'd start again.
You dropped it.
Okay, and then we would go the opposite direction. I'll hand it to him. Oops. You can't stand too close together with this one, because when you bend over, you bump each other. There we go, and good job, Shane. All right. Nice. And that's over and under, and you can do that both directions and do that for a little while, and that's working your inner core there. Okay, here's another game. Here's a few other games that we're gonna play. This one is called hand tag. and we get in our push-up position, and you can modify these games too. If you want to go on your knees when you're playing, but we're gonna go push-up position, and we're gonna start the game. I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, go, and if I tag one of his hands, I get a point. If he tags one of my hands, he gets a point, and we play to 3, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Gotta tag my hand. All right. Winner. Okay, I got him 3 times. So we'll go on to the next game. The next game is high five. Okay, here we go. And we're gonna give each other high five, and we're just gonna keep giving each other high five. All right, and that's called high fives. I like hand tag a little better, but high fives is fun too. Now we're gonna show you 2 more games, and in this game you get one of your balls. Okay, I got our tennis ball that we've been using today, and the first one is we're gonna get in our push-up position, and we're just gonna roll the ball back and forth to each other. So here we go, and I'm gonna try to get it to his opposite hand. I'll throw it to that hand. He tries to throw it. Okay, and that's just roll the ball back and forth. It's kind of like catch, but you're rolling it back and forth. And our final game is a really fun one. It's just like that one, but instead of rolling it back, just back and forth, it's soccer style. If he rolls it between my hands, he gets a goal. If I roll it between his hands, he gets a goal. Here we go. He's trying. Oh! Out of bounds, OB. All right, throw it in, 2 hands over your head. Okay, here we go. All right, so that's a fun game too. Looks like Shane won that one. I got the first one, he got that one. So all the activities we went over today, they work on your core strength, okay? And I just want to remind you that what we did here today, and thanks for your help, Shane. What we did is we showed you these activities, and we played with you for a little bit, but all of those activities are meant to be played a little bit longer than what we showed you. We were just demonstrating. So on your own, play those games as much as you want, get a partner, and play a lot of those other games, okay? And keep playing, keep playing, keep playing. And stay active, guys, all right? We'll see you next week. Stay active every day. Marshall.